Hi, Kevin with another week of Awareness Tai Chi from the Awareness website. And we got a little bit of a sequence, a repeated sequence that we're going to work on. Moves 63, 64, and 65. So that's left grasp towards tail, and whip to one side. So hang in there. We'll be right back. Okay. So this sequence is repeated. It's done 3 times in the set. So that's the sequence of going from left grasp bird's tail through grasp bird's tail and into whip to one side. So this is the second time it's done in that full 3-move sequence. It's done 3 times in the set, although the third one we're going to do a little bit differently because it ties into the wave hands. So this one be a little bit of a recap on the moves, but it's always good to revisit them and take another look at it, maybe add a couple more details, maybe a couple little pointers or things to point out that you might need to be aware of, or not sure if you're doing it or not doing it. So anyway, we'll play around with it. Again, recap, but it's always good practice, and to take a move or a little sequence like this and break it down is always a good thing because you don't need a lot of space, and it gives you time to play around with a specific area of the set to work on applying the principles. So in these ones for sure, you've got Tor Yus and Don Yus, and in the equal and opposite arm rotations. So pay attention to how those work in, and same with the wrist turning, and see if you can put them into these moves. So last week we did the partitions, which ends up going into left grasp bird's tail. So we'll go start with that. The right partition, or partition wild horse's mane to the right, you stand up and hold the ball. You're going to relax down, step at a little wider angle to get the 45 set up for the grasp bird's tail. You're expressing out with the arm, the back of the left arm, and then up, holding the ball, and then you're going to relax back down into the left leg, step out with the right foot, and grasp bird's tail. Finger under the wrist, come back, and then wrist push, and then back again, and then two-handed push, and then coming around for whip to one side. First part, and then the second part. So, like I said, make sure that you get enough angle. So when you're doing the partitions, you're stepping 22.5 degrees off the center line. So if you just step at a regular 45 from that step, so if I've got my center line here, I've done my partition at 22.5 because I'm doing 45s from the center, or from each foot. If I only step off to make a 45 from this one, this is going to make my grasp bird's tail very narrow. My foot is not wide enough of an angle to provide my sitting back and forth doing the Tor Yus. So I need this foot, the left foot, to be open enough, which means from the partition I have to step off not at the 22.5 from the center, but 45 from the center. So it's a little bit wider angle, and if you need to, you can adjust this foot when you express out for the left grasp bird's tail. It's not a big difference, but it might make it a little more comfortable. So when you do the partition, you come up, you're stepping off, a little wider angle, and coming out with the left grasp bird's tail, and adjust that foot so that you can get the hip squared forward into the left grasp bird's tail. Not a big deal, it just means you have to work a little bit more to get into that front leg to sit down, and then you can push back up. And then coming into the grasp bird's tail, it's just a standard Tor Yu step. Standard. Not sure what that means, but just the regular 45 degrees. So from this back foot, you're stepping straight ahead and then pushing out with the finger under the wrist. So hopefully that all makes sense, getting those angles. And again, left grass bird's tail, you're expressing out with the back of the arm. You're expressing out that way, letting the arm expand out. So don't push the arm with your body. Let the arm express out and balance, equal and opposite with the arms. Don't let this one swing back behind you, because then you can't get squared forward. This has to be, again, kind of in this area. Can be along the leg, as long as you're not swinging it backwards to upset that rotation into the front leg. When you do the grass bird's tail now, there's a couple things that I like to point out, and I catch lots of people doing this. First one's usually not too bad. Again, it's a Tor Yu. Let the arms express out. Now when you come back, you're going to push from the front leg, and the left arm opens up as the right arm expresses forward. And then you get into the 45 degrees of the sit with the Tor Yu. So you want to make sure you're angling to the 45, relaxing back in the hips. You don't want the hip kicking back. You want to get to the angle and then sit down like you're doing a Tor Yu into that back leg. This arm, the right arm, is lined up with the right leg, and it's expressing forward. So there's this separation between the hands, an expansion, if you will. And when you do that, common tendency for lots of people is to pull the elbow back. So you want the arm to expand out. So when you come back here, the left arm is open. There's a nice big openness in here. You don't want to sort of pull it back like this. Some people think of the bow and arrow kind of idea. No, it's relaxed. So this can all settle and relax down. And also too, the other thing that people do, they kind of forget about that left arm and just sort of swing it back like this. They just drop it completely. So when you push from that front foot, the hands pull apart, separate, they're expanding. And then when you get into that sit, you relax into it. Then the leg starts to gently push. The hands come to the front, connect, and push out. Try not to get the body weight moving before the arms are connected. What I mean by that is doing this, traveling forward. Now from here, it's all just arms pushing. There's nothing else behind it. So you want to get into the sit, keep that sit in the leg, pushing from the leg, and get the arms connected so they're expanding out from the leg push, coming up through the body and out the arms. So it all finishes when the weight relaxes into here. This will be finished so that you've got the cue to push back, get into the sit again for the two-handed push. And then the same thing here. Push with the leg gently, but don't let the body weight rush forward. Get the arms connected and get them going out so you can relax into the front. And then you can push again, the elbows drop, and then the body turns and you pivot on the heel. They're going to whip to one side. So I'm kind of going through this all fairly quickly, throwing lots of stuff at you, so you got lots of things to play with. You can always rewind, go back and watch it again. So going through that grass bird's tail, it's all Tor Yus. That's all it is. So from the left grass bird's tail, to hold the ball, come through. And quite simply, just the right arm comes up and the left hand slides down to under the wrist to express out. They separate, pull apart, expanding, relaxing, connecting, and expressing out again. Relax into the front leg, push from the front leg, drop elbows, get into the sit, and then again, push from the leg, let the arms go. Relax into the front leg. That's Tor Yus, that's all that is. Now this one, don't start to turn too soon going into the whip. A lot of people just start swinging, or they'll start to pivot on the heel while they've got all this weight on it. With this one, you push, get the body up. Notice my front leg is kind of straight. Now I can turn on and pivot through this whole thing. This whole unit will pivot from the heel. And there's an expression through that heel. And I used to tell people, just imagine you're grinding a cigarette butt with your heel. So you've got your weight, push back, drop elbows, and then grind that cigarette butt. You're pushing from that heel, and this ends up being more like a Tor Yu. Then you relax back down like a Tor Yu. You sit back into that leg so you can move this left foot over, and then push up out of the right leg. So the arms come out to the side. So you push, drop elbows, turn, express. So I'm expressing to the corner in line with this right foot. I sit down, load the leg, move the toe over, push up. Try not to lift the shoulder when you do it. Lots of people get the shoulder, some people get this arm way up in the air. So it's again, from the leg pushing, the arms go out because the leg is pushing. It just expresses out that way. So push with the leg and then relax back into the leg. So there's expansion, relax down, step out, turn the wrist, connect the arm. Again, don't rush the body forward. Get the arm connected to the movement. So you step, the leg pushes, the arm expands out and expresses as you sit into the front leg. This arm, don't leave it behind. When you come through with the whip to one side, both hands go together. Express, sit in, place the toe and push up. When you express out on this part of it, the right arm is expanding out equally with the left arm. Don't leave it behind. To get the turn, you have to get this arm even slightly ahead of the shoulder to shoulder line. At the very least, in line with the shoulders, but maybe even slightly ahead. And again, still keeping the chicken head on the end there. So, Tor Yus. Left grass bird's tail is a Tor Yu. Grass bird's tail, all three parts. Tor Yu. Tor Yu back. Tor Yu forward. Tor Yu back. Tor Yu forward. Drop elbows, turn the body, express. This is like a Tor Yu. Tor Yu down. Dawn you up one leg. Dawn you down one leg. Step out. Tor Yu. The arms are nice and relaxed, nice and loose so they can connect and expand out. Yeah, going through a lot of stuff really quickly here, so
It's all repeat. They all know it.
that's right. You guys know this. At least you know where things need to go. So now you can work a little deeper on some of these details, trying to get the feel for the Tor Yus and putting those foundations into it. And again, if you've got any questions or anything, by all means, shoot us an email. I know there's some workshops and stuff coming up that I'll be going to, so if you want to find out more details about that, ask us, send us an email, and we'll see if we can get some of the details sent out to you. Okay, so let's do some follow through. So we'll take it from the right partition going into left grass bird's tail. So we're going to go from this direction here to the partition, So up and hold the ball. Relax down, step a little wider angle. Left grass bird's tail. Up and hold the ball. Step straight ahead, grass bird's tail. Finger under the wrist, Tor Yu forward. Push, open, separate the hands, load into the left leg. Connect the arms in front, push from the back leg and let the arms out. Wrist push. Push back, sit, hands in front, palms out, sorry. Push from the leg, drop the elbows, turn, express, sit back into the right leg, place the left toe, push up. Relax back into the right leg, step out, left arm out, keep the right arm expressing out to the side equally. Okay, let's do it that direction again, then we'll change the direction. So, the last partition to the right, up and hold the ball, relax, left step, wider angle for left grass bird's tail. Up and hold the ball, relax, right step straight ahead, finger under the wrist, Tor Yu back, wrist push, Tor Yu back, elbows down, two-handed push, drop the elbows, turn, pivoting on the heel, shift back, place the toe, push up. Relax down, step out, left arm out. Okay, so let's do it facing this way. So, partition to the right. Now start back here. Small studio. Up and hold the ball. Left grass bird's tail. Up and hold the ball. Grass bird's tail. So you turn to the left. Sit down at the 45. Come up. Relax in the front leg, squaring to the front. Push. Turn to the left and sit down. And out. Drop the elbows, turn, pivot on the heel, shift the weight, place the toe, push up. Relax down, step and push up. Okay, one more time. Partition to the right. Up and hold the ball. Left grass bird's tail. Up and hold the ball. Grass bird's tail. Push back, open. Wrist push. Push back, elbows down. Two and a push. Drop the elbows, turn, pivot, express to the corner. Shift the weight back into the right leg, place the left toe and push up. Relax down, step, left arm out. Okay, so get ready for the rewinds, go back, check all that stuff out, play with it, work on it, and like us on Facebook, check out the website, check out all the stuff we got on there. There's a link going to the YouTube channel, so you can subscribe to the YouTube channel. And have fun. Looks like spring's here, so things are getting nice. So take care. We'll see you again. Bye.